Botminds Live. Welcome to today's live stream with one of my favorite persons. Hello to all of you out there. It's a pleasure to host this event, and hello to my guest from Botminds. Hello, Ansari.
Hey, Anders.
It's very nice to see you. And Ansari, I have a cup of coffee. I'm not sure if you can see it here. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
What are you drinking?
It's a similar one.
Cool. And Ansari, I introduced Botminds, and in 2 sentences, can you tell us what Botminds is?
Oh, fantastic, Anders. First of all, no, thanks for having me. It's great to be here again. Going back to Botminds, Botminds is an AI platform. The focus is that how to build intelligence on all your documents and all the data, mine intelligence, and then build an integrated app. And that's what this Botminds platform is. It's a general purpose platform to build any automation on AI. Right? So that's Botminds. Quick line about me. My name is Ansari Ismail. I'm a CDO, co-founder of Botminds. My background was in AI for a long time, Anders, more than 18 years. I was part of Microsoft long back, ex-Microsoft, and worked on a variety of technologies and focusing on AI. My expertise is on a document AI. How do you apply AI to build document intelligence? I'd love to talk more about that. Yes.
And Sarah, I'm looking very much forward to today's session around invoice processing with Botminds. To all of you out there, we will answer every question you might have today. So simply just type them in the chat. I'll make sure to interrupt Ansari a lot. Hopefully I'll let him speak, but every 5-10 minutes, we will answer questions from you. And Ansari, I know you have a lot for us today. I'm looking very much forward. So shouldn't we start?
Oh yeah, fantastic. Let's get started. And before that, I'll give a quick high-level idea, Anders. As you said, stop me anywhere. Happy to answer any questions. The idea is that to help the folks here how to build invoice processing in a modern world, right? Invoice processing, you know that it's a very old problem. We have this problem like last 30, 40 years. The moment the IT industry has come, we have this problem. There are millions and thousands of invoices across enterprise companies. Processing them is always a hard problem, right? Now, however, the world is keep on changing. We all know today we are living in an LLM world, right? Large language models and chat GPT and all. Now, what the latest technologies, how these are all helping to do a much more elegant invoice processing. Now, that's what I want to show today, right? So what I'm going to do, Anders, show a little bit of a slide, what are the things I'm going to capture, but I love to show a demo, right? So I'm going to open my browser and show them a demo, how this works, and then folks can maybe follow me, and literally they can also build these kind of invoice processing, complex invoice processing in a very easiest way. So that's what the plan, Anders, today.
And Sarah, that sounds awesome. And before you do that in 30 seconds, if anyone out here from you audience, you have any questions, private questions for Ansari, you can find Ansari on LinkedIn. You're more than welcome to connect with him. You can just search his name. His name is Ansari Ismail. It stands right here on the screen. So simply just search for Ansari there or check out the Botminds homepage. Ansari, I will switch over to your screen.
Oh, fantastic.
And where we will take the presentations first, and then we will see the Botminds platform in action.
Awesome. Okay. So let's get started. Very high level, I want to talk about Botminds platform and how we do invoice processing through Botminds platform, right? There's only one slide I'm going to have, this kind of a reference slide for all of you, and this helps us to visually look at it, what I'm going to show in the demo also, right? So now a couple of things I'm going to show. One on the left side, which is, for example, this one. And similarly, I have 3 more bulleted points in the right side. I'm going to open that now. So let's discuss about this quickly. Any invoice processing needs a few things very important to build intelligence and knowledge across all the invoices. First of all, invoices are generally a hard problem. Why? Invoice comes in a varieties of formats and templates. Second, it comes from a different places. You might have a SAP or ERP systems. There are many systems there in your organization. It comes in a different places. Third, it comes on the all kind of a complexity in it. For example, people might have taken a photograph and it kind of have all noisy information in the invoices. It might be a receipt, sometime multiple receipts together taken a photograph, right? The invoices comes in a million formats and also multilingual, and also sometimes it's a handwritten. There are so many problems in the invoice end of the day. Now, to solve that kind of a complex problem, we need a very perfect components to solve that, right? Here's the three things that as part of this botminds paradigm comes in. One, centralizing the knowledge. In this context, I'm all talking about invoice here. When I say knowledge, I'm talking about like invoice related insights and data knowledge, right? How do you bring all the invoices into a one single place, not just the invoice though? There are always a more components involved with invoices. Maybe your company might be doing invoice financing. If that is the case, you want to know really detail about the customer. That means that more information has to be pulled in. Or you might have specific compliance related things for every invoice. That means the compliance data has to be pulled in, right? All the knowledge and data and information that you need to process invoice has to be brought in a one single place. But that needs a varieties of AI connectors and all, right? So that's the first part. How do you centralize all the data, all the invoice in a one single place? Once you have that, the next is that processing those invoices, right? It might be comes in an image format, PDF format. Sometimes it's just like a plain text, whatever format it has. And we need to apply AI to read, understand, capture all the information in the invoices. That's like a multimodal data processing. That's part of Botminds platform. The third piece is the data enrichment, which we call as an invoice enrichment. Every invoice has varieties of information. There may be an address, but you want to enrich that address and say, hey, where the address belongs or what kind of information you can gather about the address. Or it could be a customer name or customer contact details. Any information you want to enrich, you need to interconnect with your other documents. For example, you might have a contract document already. Then invoice comes for that contract. That contract invoice has to be connected back to your contract document, right? So how do you interconnect those documents, and how do you enrich those invoices to build more knowledge and intelligence? End of the day, enhance the intelligence, right? That's the third part. These all are extremely necessary if you want to do a flawless invoice processing, right? So that's the left side. Now I'm going to continue here. Anders, you can stop me anytime if you have any questions.
Stop. I'm sorry, no, just kidding. I have one. First of all, Fadi and Manori says hi in the chat. Hello, Fadi, and hello, Manori. Very nice to have you. And if you watch this video, please let us know in the chat. That's always nice to see who is out there. So thanks a lot for those two. And then, Sari, we have one from Doni. That is, how accurate is invoice document processing? I think we need, how confident can we be from the result from Botminds when you process these invoices?
Oh, that's a very good question, right? So the end of the day, quality matters. Now, it all comes back to the type of documents. What we provide is that a platform to do two things: automated and then augment. Automated can go all the way 1995. We have even seen a 99%. We can claim 100, but we do not want to. There is a non-deterministic going on in the mission. I don't want to say 100, but 99. 95 to 99 is like a automated. Then the last 1% to 4%, we also do augmentation. That's a human in the loop automation. I'll show you that in my demo. So combining both of them, we always achieve 100% quality today.
And when you, maybe a stupid question, but when you say human in the loop, what exactly is that?
So I'm going to show that in my demo. So
Cool.
Human in the loop, what it does is that, like, let's say you take the invoices and we look into the straight through process. And if our confidence is very high, it's already passed. It's done 100%. Let's say if the machine says, hey, there is a less confidence on a certain number, certain stuff, we will alert the humans. Humans meaning here maybe a reviewer or a manager or any of the personas will alert them. They look at it. Instead of they manually process 1 hour, they can literally review it in a 1 minute and done with that, right? That's a human in the loop automation.
Cool, gotcha.
Right. So any other question, Anders?
No, not for now. But if you have any questions out there, please let us know in the chat, and Ansari will answer.
Perfect. So with that, I'm gonna jump into another couple of things here, right? That's like this side, and now the left side. What you have seen is it's all about like a core intelligence, right? And automation part. But how do you end of the day use it for a flawless user experience? Now this is where this right three things comes into picture. One is that intelligent governance. If we cannot govern, and that too intelligently in the AI world, you are literally missing stuff, right? You need intelligently govern. What does that mean? A 360-degree views of all the invoices happening in your organization, how it connects with the contracts, how it connects with the future compliance challenges, all connected together. Govern static dynamic data, and then dashboard for a predictive analytics. Okay, if you are having these many invoices in this quarter, what's your future prediction, right? That's like intelligent governance. You need that. A second, AI-powered workflow. This is where the human in the loop automation comes in. Now, how do we get the like end-to-end workflow? The starting off like a brand new invoice coming in, and all the way it's getting processed. Sometimes not even the invoice. Your contract itself is starting point, because the moment you have a contract, then you are going to raise invoice, or your supplier going to raise invoice from their side, right? So you do that. And or it could be like employee reimbursement where there's a receipt coming in. So now varieties of ways there is a workflow gonna go from left to right. Now, how do we do that AI powered workflow is the second part. I'm gonna show the demo today. The last but not least is like a fully automated way of asking questions and answering them of all the things, right? Let's say you have a millions of invoice. How are you going to understand what are the most important invoices? What is something you can save? How do you do a research across the invoices, and you get a varieties of analytics, and then you can take some actionable insights, and so that you can further fine tune your overall invoice, right? So that's the third part. So we in Botminds platform, we thought through this very deeply the last 8 years. We want to build one vertically integrated platform for our invoice, and that's what we built. The leftmost three, which is all about our invoice intelligence, how to build intelligence. The right side, how do we use those intelligence to build a great app for invoice processing, right? So that is all about a Botminds platform here. So last but not least, I'm just going to talk about the technology piece, then I'll pause here. To achieve all of these things, we need a few important technology components. That's what you see in the bottom. We need all the foundation models in the AI world. What are those? For example, the best class OCR, not just the OCR. You need a fine-tunable OCR. That is possible today in Botminds. Let's say you take a very complex OCR, for example, it's all drug names maybe, or some kind of a engineering words, which is not part of the normal vocabulary. Then you can further fine-tune the OCR. It could be even handwritten, right? Sometimes it's a complex. Multilingual handwritten, even complex. Then you need a foundation models over there. Large language models, OCR models, document layout understanding model, all of them are part of the foundation models. Then next comes the annotation platform. You will take any invoices, it goes through nice and clean, but if you have challenges, how do you annotate them to further improve the quality? AI builder, obviously all know, it's like helps you to build AIs. And then the prompt labs is something brand new in the last 6 months. After this, GPT, Generative AI, Chat GPT comes in, we integrated that with the Botminds today. Just by using prompting itself, you can solve the invoice problem today, right? I'd love to show you that. Finally, the RPA piece, wherever there is some things that you need to be glued together to make the whole process end-to-end nice and clean, you need RPA here and there, right? So that's also part of the Botminds platform. So that is the overall Botminds. Now, using this, we have a few flagship solutions. One is like invoice processing. I'm going to jump into that, and then I'm going to start talking about only invoice processing from here onwards. Any questions, Anders, so far?
Ansari, it sounds very cool, first of all. So this generative AI and prompt labs, I'm looking very much forward to see that, or maybe we don't see it today. Can you talk a little bit about that today, you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna even show a little bit of on the prompt labs and Generative AI, but also I would be allowed to talk more about in the coming days. Yeah.
I'm looking very much forward, and Sari. And how has this whole GPT hype been for you? It must have generated more demand, I assume, for botminds AI.
Oh yeah, it's a very amazing world where we are living right now. A lot of great opportunities. My customers today, all my existing customers are moved into a brand new generative AI platform today, right? So and also there's a lot of new customers coming in. They say, "Hey, I need to upload a millions of documents, maybe invoice, ask a question, get the answer, generate a summary, right?" Very exciting, and then now because we are fully well integrated into this platform, and we are chasing the state of the art AI all the time, and I see a great opportunity here. And also, think about enterprise companies, right? They now know what exactly is ChatGPT, and everybody is looking for it. And then, but sometimes the missing part is that enterprise ready solution. That's where Botminds comes in. We are running this company 8 years, fully enterprise ready, all the ISO, SOC2 fully certified, and also we support not only Botminds Cloud, also private cloud, so the data stays in their side. So this all of these things. What happens is that a enterprise ready, ChatGPT enabled, LLM enabled. Uh, that that's the main reason why we see a great demand right now, Anders.
Very nice, and Sari. I'm looking forward for today's demo about invoice processing with botminds. And again, I will repeat questions. Keep them coming in the chat. We will gladly answer you.
Fantastic. All right. So with that, I'm gonna bring my browser here. Um, now, let's get started here, right? So I'm gonna open this one. So for example, uh, before I get into this, Botminds is a browser-based, cloud-based, um, SaaS-based platform. Everything is like a browser, you can do it. It's all point and click. There's nothing to code end of the day. And today I'm going to talk about all the invoice-related stuff. And before I go there, I'll kind of quickly open the studio here. And this is the studio that you see. Many options available for varieties of automation, and then the process center, taxonomy, workflow. I may not go everything, but I just give you in a glance what's happening. Oh, by the way, here's the prompt labs. You can build any prompt labs, prompting based automation quickly. We do support today two type of tasks: extraction and chat. I'll explain that. And then we also have AI models, AI pipeline, and then also we have a concept of data lake. You can put on millions of documents in this place to process them. So this is like very high level, but I'm not going to go all, but a quick idea about that how we bring all the data documents, right? This is like how we centralize all the knowledge. You can upload all the documents, or you can upload a text, or you can bring it from a web, for example, crawling from a website, internet website. Maybe you want to have a very complex integration with your ERP providers or SAP and all. We can connect all of them. We can also pull from a cloud, SharePoint, emails, and then APIs, right? Why am I showing this? Because this is how you bring all the invoices in a one single place. Is so essential because it's kind of a hot pipeline connected. It's a streaming. So every second, every minute, if there is an invoice, it has to brought in, right? You cannot miss even a one invoice. That's a problem. So we bring in everything in a one single place, intelligently, without missing any information. And and it could be even some of your customer might have sent an email, the invoice, we could pull it from Invoice, or it could be SharePoint. So that's the first step. Once you
Great.
have,
And Sari,
Mhm.
sorry to interrupt you. Do you ever want to do it manually? I cannot come up with a case. Wouldn't we usually use the API or the SharePoint connector or these things?
It's mostly SharePoint or API or ERP or all kind of connectors. Uploading is sometimes manually, it happens, but it's very rare cases. But still, some of our customers have that feature though. They can upload it. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Right. So now once you have all the information, all the invoices in a one single place, what we do is next is that I'm gonna go back and open some of the invoice. For example, take this invoice, right? So now what do you see in the left side is like invoice document. This you can see a little bit of a decent structure, but we can take this kind of invoice. For example, you see there's a supplier name, invoice, and you can see all the colors here. And by the way, this is like a PDF document, but we made this PDF as like a smart PDF, an interactive PDF, and putting all the color and everything. And also here's one more information. Let's say this pop-up, what you see is the information pulled it from outside world, right? But this invoice is like just a document. But let's say sometimes you always want to know, oh, okay, who this person is, right? Okay, you hover it, so you can get all the information. What we do is that fundamentally we enrich this document. Maybe there could be like, let's say, invoice number, but you want to connect back to your previous invoice number with the same company. So we can do the interconnection also, right? So this is the one way. What we do is we enrich all the data of the invoice. We don't just keep it as a plain. We make this invoice smart, interactive, also enrich from all the other data, right? That's the one piece. That's like all comes under data enrichment. And then when it comes to processing, we take these kind of documents, we process 1 page, 10 page, even 100-page invoice documents. Sometimes there's a telecom billing, it goes like hundreds of pages we can process, and we understand tables, any bulleted points, structures, barcodes, stamps, even a checkbox, signatures, anything and everything, whatever there is in the document, we can process, take it. Not only that, it's also multilingual, right? And handwritten. That is something the tool automatically does. So that's the one part, right? So I'm going to go back here, my reference image, right? What I've shown you so far is that how do you bring all invoice in one place? How do we apply AI to process PDFs and text and even images, capture all the data from it? And also I was talking about like data enrichment. How do we enrich all the information by connecting varieties of other documents, contracts, and any mappings and any data from internet, right? So that's what I was showing so far.
And when we process these PDFs, and Sari, does it work both with text PDFs, like the easy ones, and also the image-based PDF, which I, as an RPA developer, often found a struggle to deal with because they're not 100% accurate, or maybe not even 90%.
Yeah, you're right. See, we process any complex layouts. I'm going to go back here. I think I've kept maybe open one or two here. Let me see. Okay, look at this one, right? This is like a OCR document. This document is not even digital. We need to understand. But then all the yellow boxes, what you see is that we are enabling it. Like you can see here is a gray button. The moment when I click this gray button, you know what happens? This become a completely annotation platform. It's a multi purpose going on in this platform, right? The moment I click it, it's become a completely annotation platform. What we are showing here is that each value, that is all OCR detected, so that you can quickly see, hey, is it everything going great? Now, by this way also, I can further train the OCR model. Let's say, you come up with this kind of a complex document, even more complex, and let's say, somehow the words or things are not getting recognized. Then what you can do is that you can always go back and edit. You can annotate. For example, you can say, hey, I wanna edit here. I wanna further do this kind of a annotation, and then you can annotate all those stuff, right? So what happens by annotating varieties of things, you can further improve the overall OCR model. So this is something we do as part of the see now. I can also show you the moment when I click this, it shows all the text layer and then hides the image layer. Right now, if I do that, it shows. Now, why am I showing you this? Because this way you can debug what's going on in the OCR. Is the OCR works properly? Not. If not, then how do you improve the overall quality is part of our system. So now if I go back my reference image here, this I'm talking about like foundation model and annotation. We do have an OCR as part of this, and you can also improve by adding a more annotation in the annotation platform. The moment once you do that, then what happens, that the AI builder will automatically picks it up and it builds the model for a text detection and text recognition. By this, what we offer is we always bring a OCR quality as high as possible. Sometimes we get 98, 99% quality, whatever complex document you have, right? So that is something is part of the botminds. Now, going back to your question, Anders, yes, we can process any complex images, not necessarily a PDF, image, text, OCR, scanned images, complex scanned images, and it's all part of we can process. That's because of our modular architecture, how you can further fine tune and improve the quality in a few clicks. So that's how the system works.
Great, Ansari. And V, Upender, and Suman both say hi in the chat. Hello, both. Very nice to have you here in the stream. And Sarah, back to you.
Fantastic. Now, I also want to talk about one couple of things here. I'll go back to this document, right? Where did I open this? Okay, let me open the document again. So this is yet another idea I want to bring it here. This is where the human in the loop automation comes in, right? So I click this same gray button here. What happens is that all the values, what you see is now we give a multiple option. You can say, you can reject it. You can say, you know what, this is wrong, I'm going to reject. The moment when you say reject, the system automatically learns. That's why it's kind of a lifelong learning going on in the system. You can also edit it and say, you know what, this number is probably wrong. Like, let me go back here in the invoice. I can say, hey, no, this 000231 is not right. Maybe it's not 1, it's a 7, and that's what, right? Yeah, just go click it, save it. Now, what happens? The system automatically picks it up and learns it, and it improves the accuracy in the coming documents. And again, these kind of examples, we don't need a lot, like 5-10 examples are good to go. And because of our brand new LLM based automation, 5 examples is like enough to get to the next level quality, right? So that is part of the human in the loop automation. This is you asked me, Anders, previously, like what is human in the loop automation? So we bring in all these things as high quality as possible. 95, 98, even if there is a 2% error, we show you the confidence level, and then quickly you can go and look at the value, and then whichever you think is wrong, and you can edit it in a super fast time. So this way we will help you to have a 100% quality end of the day.
Great, Ansari. And Suman says this looks really impressive. That one I think was for Botminds, and to you, Ansari.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's great.
And then Fadi, and thanks for the comment, Suman. Fadi asks, is it possible to manage geolocalization through Google Maps API?
What localization?
To manage geo, where, like a geo stamp.
Okay,
is that possible?
Yeah, totally. That is absolutely possible. So we do all the localization, and that's absolutely we can do. Yeah.
Great, and thanks, Fadi, again. Back to you, Ansari.
Fantastic. So now what you can see is that going through each invoice and capturing all these kind of data, we enable you to annotate, we enable you to correct it if there's something not right. So these are all one thing that we can do. Now the next is that once you have all the information ready, first of all, it's fully automated. 95, 98%, 1 or 2% you put in the human in the loop, and then we will fix it, right? So that is all great. Now, what I'm going to show from here onwards about that, it's not always capturing the data from every document, right? Once you have millions of documents, you capture all the data. What is the next step? How do you intelligently govern? How do you search, discover, explore? And how do you manage the workflows and then intelligent automation, process automation, and then how do you ask questions and get the answer? This is where the more problem, right? So that is, again, I'm going back to my reference window. So the right side is what I'm going to show now, right? So left side is kind of covered. How do you intelligently govern? How do you have an AI-powered workflow? And also, how can you ask questions? This is where the Generative AI and all comes into picture. I'll come to that. So now let's go back here. I'm going to click the invoices further. And what you see here is views. So let's start with this, right? What we offer as part of the platform is not just like processing every invoice. Once you process every invoice, you bring in everything into a more structured data. For example, in this case, I have all the invoice number, currency, and then what is the total net amount, VAT amount. All things are coming together in a one single place. Now, not only this view, we can change the view. You don't want an invoice number, you can modify it, you can change it. For example, I'm clicking a different view right now. So this is yet another view, supply name, invoice number, and all right. You can have as many view as possible. Why do we need this? Different persona want a different view, and you want to be on top of this data all the time, so you know really what's going on. You sort by the recent invoice date, and you always be on top of it. You're never gonna miss any invoice, and that's one. And not only that, we also give you a very great query pane. It's a fully customized for your invoice documents, right? Every invoice is obviously different. Your employee receipts are going to be different all the way. Telecom billing going to be different. Utility billing is going to be different. Now, whatever the query pane you wanted, we will configure it for you. It's pretty straightforward. It's all one-click configuration. You can edit, query, edit columns, everything, right? So this way, what happens, you can be on top of it. You can search, explore any invoices quickly. You can filter, like if you have a million invoices, if you want to, like, specific invoices raised by a specific company, you can filter them, and then you can look at all the data. So this way you can slice and dice all the invoices super fast. We literally provide you a search engine for the invoices, right? So that you can discover, explore, search, and that's one. So now going to the next step is, let's jump into the dashboard here. Quickly, I want to show you the workflow. Now, this is the one of the workflow we enabled for this specific demo project, but it's not necessarily always this. You can change that workflow whatever the way you want it. It's all drag and drop, configure it. It's pretty much. In this case, what we say is that, hey, there's a new invoice coming in. I want to first extract all the customer details, and then you validate on specific business rules, and then once all things are reviewed, going to complete it. Now, if you see here, this color windows are all kind of human involved. All the greens are automated. Now, this goes through very high speed, fully automated. And then anytime when we say, hey, that is something I want to have validation, that I want to explicitly look at a specific thing, I want to validate, and then you can say. And also you can add more very interesting workflow here. For example, there is certain invoice, there's a massive money, millions. Okay, you want to alert that to a specific compliance manager or someone, you can alert it. So they can jump in, they can review the invoice. So what happens is that any complex automation you want to do, a process automation you want to do, AI powered, you can enable it, configure it. So any brand new invoice coming in, it always goes through. And also you can say, hey, every invoice has to be connect back to your contract document. That can be done, so that you can always have two documents together all the time, right? So this is one of the AI-powered workflow which you can fully configurable for your end-to-end invoice process automation, right? So I'll pause here again. Anders, any thoughts, questions so far?
No further question for the moment. Ansari, I think this looks really, really cool and quite intuitive, at least. I know it's a big platform, so but at least for this invoice processing, it looks like the flow looks very intuitive, and the whole processing part did as well.
Fantastic. Okay, so with that, Anders, I'm going to go to the next piece here. Jump into the analytics side, right? Now we also have this analytics by default part of this platform. Once you have thousands and millions of things coming on, it's going to be harder for us to manage. That's why the leaders needs always a dashboard where you can govern, you can let other leaders govern, and you can give a different dashboards to different persona inside your company. The CFO wants a completely different dashboard. We can configure, enable. Again, it's all multi-dashboard. We can create as many dashboard as we create. It's all point and click and can be done. For example, I want to have a payable in 30 days. Okay, here is a specific 30 days. Within 30 days, we need to pay all these invoices, invoice by status, and invoice by overdue invoices. All the information we can brought in together, and we can put it. Not only that, we can also enable a predictive analytics. You can say, hey, here is my invoice amount every week by week. can you predict for the next 5 weeks or next 10 weeks? We can enable that, right? So this is all part of the platform today, and this is what we call it as like an intelligent governance, right? I'm going to go back to my reference window here. So this is what I was showing so far. Intelligently, you can govern anything going on in the invoice. How many invoice came, how many has to be paid, what's going on across invoice in terms of the amount, the growth, and then all things can be intelligently governed. We give a 360-degree view, and you can click from eagle view to a detailed view. You can go in 2 clicks, right? So that's the beauty of this intelligent governance, including dashboard and predictive analytics. This is the AI-powered workflow, which I've shown again, that you can design your workflow for your business, for your invoice, because every invoice process are different. It's unique for your company. You can design it and you can let that process take over, fully automated. So that's the second I've shown. Now, next I'm going to show is in the chat side. So let's get back here. I'm going to bring back my browser again. So let's take, for example, let's take one of the contract here. So we can do a chat conversation in multiple ways, right? Now, let me see whether I have some questions. I think I have some questions I typed here. I'm gonna copy paste that questions maybe.
And does it store the? I can see that it says new chat. Does it store a previous chat that I have with this document?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It stores all the chats, right? Like you can also share the chat to some other people if you want. So it's all fully configured here. So for example, in this case, right, I'm asking, hey, here's the invoice, maybe 10 page, 20 page. I'm not going to go through all the pages. Just tell me quickly, what are the payment terms? What are the payment terms? The payment terms are within 30 days, and that's the data, right? And you can see it's somewhere the information is here, is due within 30 days, something like that. Now I'm going to ask one more question. Let me type this one. Let's say, hey, how many line items are there, right? This is something like kind of an analytics kind of a question, right? Totally how many line items here? If you look at this, in this case, only 3 line items, right? Laser, dual monitor, jet printer, that's the 3 items. So it shows quickly how many line items are there, right? So you can ask, hey, show me all the items being sold, or maybe I'm going to put on one more question. What is the total amount in this invoice? So let's see. Okay, it's a 12,512. Where is that? So there's a discount. Okay, here you can see the answer, right? 12,512. So now you can ask any kind of a question like this and say, hey, get me all the tax for this, or get me the discount for this, or get me the total amount, and any questions you want to know. Again, this is like a 2-page document, but if you have like a 30-page, 40-page, 100-page invoice, long invoice, you can ask any complex question and we can get the answer. Now, but this is then a per document, per invoice. We also support that across invoices. You can say, hey, show me all the invoices related to a specific region, right? Maybe only SFO, get me all the invoices from that region. And then you can say, hey, in those invoices, give me some pie chart on different. So we can build many type of chats and get the answer instantly. So this is like how the modern invoice processing works, and we have enabled all of this as part of the botminds platform. So I'll pause here again. Anders, any thoughts, questions?
Yeah, and this chat, this is what we know from prompt-based chats like GPT and these things. Is that what engine is that chat built on?
The one what you see is the chat. For example, I'm going to click on the studio here, and you can see in the AI builder prompt labs, right? So now, by the way, we have enabled one of the chat already. So this is how it is, and for example, here is the one of the prompt template going on, right? We are telling, hey, here's a simple prompt template. Hey, you are a helpful AI assistant, and you always get all the information and put it. And then we are also giving the invoice extraction summary to that input, and then we are asking you a question, right? It's like a one simple template. Now I can also show you how to create this kind of a brand new template. You can say it can go in any way. You can say, I want to always have a very detailed answer for every question I ask. That's what you want to do it. You can design that. You can put out how the output instruction you want it, and you can enable the taxonomy here, and then you can test it, save the prompt. Once the prompt gets saved, we will take the prompt and then integrate with as part of our AI pipeline. That's all. Once it's done, it's pretty much clean. It's just like 5 clicks, you can create any brand new prompt and enable the chat. So now if I go back on my document level, and where is that? Where if I document level and I click it, it works. And also one more thing I want to show you is that the chat prompt, I'm going to go back here. You see my expand window. So we are enabling the chat here, which is a chat internal brand name. And we can have more options are available. What is the chat prompt? Do you want it for a document level? What do you want for a project level? All are configurable. You can also say, I want to reference it. Right now, I would disable the references. You can enable the reference. Now, what happens that it's not only will bring the result, it will also give you hyperlink. It will take you exact spot where the data being pulled in, right? So that is also possible. So that's again, there's a sky is the limit. We can build many chat prompts connected to our chat system. It is all there as part of the platform.
Thank you, Ansari. And these prompts, you say it's a part of the platform, but you can also help me building these prompts if I want help with those, right?
Yeah. You can configure, reconfigure, and like the question what I asked, it gave an answer. But you can say, hey, not just give me the answer, maybe give in a table format. If you always want to have a table format as an answer, you can go back to the chat prompt and then reconfigure it and give you in a table format. You can give it JSON format, or it can give you an answer with the reference. So everything is configurable because of our prompt labs.
And sorry, I'm let's say pretend that I'm a finance department in a company.
Okay.
I want to use Botminds as my invoice processing system, probably also contracts as well. But let's keep it simple. How much of how many developers do we need to call to figure Botminds out and to build these solutions here?
No, botminds is the invoice was already kind of built. Every necessary component that you want, it's already there. So there's nothing to put a lot of effort here. No developers. One simple person can enable that within a day. That's all. It's very straightforward. It's all point and click, no coding. Open the platform, get a subscription, just go configure it. 2 hours, 3 hours, up and running. That's all.
Nice. That's what I wanted to hear, that it was no code, that I don't need to provide endless line of code to make this work. We have 2 questions from Fadi. He says, how about phone access? Can I make a quick check from my phone? I assume you can do that because it's browser based, but
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
We can have access. Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks, Fadi. Let us know if that answers. And also, is this doc supposed to be open to ask the AI that is the prompt base? So we have to open the invoice that we want to prompt, or can we prompt it without open it?
Without opening it, without this one?
You open it and then you had this chat, but can we also prompt without
absolutely. So I can create just the chat. I don't need to open any specific document here. So one is like opening a document and ask. That's a document level chat, right? So if I click that document, then I have a chat button here, and this is like a document level chat, and I can create a new chat. I can see the old chat, or I can go to the project level chat. Here is the one, and then I can ask a question. We don't need to even open the document there.
Great, thank you for the great question, Fadi. Does that answer everything? Please let us know. And Ansari, thank you. That was all the questions for now.
Fantastic. All right, so that's pretty much my demo. I'm gonna quickly summarize what I've said so far. Right, couple of areas here. One, when you do an invoice processing, it's not an easy problem today. It's a very challenging one because invoice comes in a million formats. You need AI, a state-of-the-art AI, and also you need a data enrichment, and you bring all the data. So that's one as part of the platform I was showing. And then the right side is that it's not just processing them. It is all about helping the leaders to take the right decisions. That's why you need intelligent governance, you need AI-powered workflow, and the last but not least is the ask question, get the answer instantly. That's from all across your company, whether you are like a manager level, you're a leader, a CXO, get the answer instantly. So that is all today we have as part of the botminds platform. And this is like a bottom is like underlying technology. What we have today, I built it to prompt labs to RPA automation, all part of it. And with this, you can build a complex invoice automation. Literally, you can achieve within a day, and then you can have your own custom AI models to prompt labs. You can all build it within a day. So that's the beauty and power of this botminds platform, Anders.
Great, Ansari. And Fadi says, thank you. Vadim asks, what languages are supported?
Oh, we have supporting more.
And now Ansari froze. So I'm sure he will come back. And Vadim, we will wait for the answer because Ansari seems a little bit freezing here. I'm sure that he will reconnect to the stream. Probably something with his internet connection. Let's give him a minute. And if you have any questions until he comes back, then just put them in the chat. We will make sure that Ansari will answer once he rejoins, as he seems a little bit away. And that's always the beauty with these live streams. We get the full attention here when the guests are gone now, where he left completely. So it's just me, and I'm not the botminds expert. So we will wait for Ansari to come back, and I can grab a little bit of botminds sponsored coffee here. Those botminds sponsors these sessions, and I'm very grateful for that, because that can make this YouTube channel a living. So thank to all of you that is watching and supporting. And Scott says, is this botminds limited to invoices use cases? Scott, no, it's not. It can process all sorts of documents, and Sarah can answer this better than I, but I saw the last demo. We can process all sorts of documents, and not only documents, but also video, audio. We can process literally everything we want. And then Suman says, I hope this is affordable for me. We can also ask Ansari about the pricing. If you're a developer out there, you can go to the botminds.ai, their academy and certification. Though both of them are completely free, so it's quite easy to try it. And Fadi says, how many processing queue can we build with one account? Great question. We will leave that to Ansari once he comes back. We will give him 1 minute, and hopefully we will see him get back. He probably restarted his computer or something. We will know in a little while. So let me know what you think of this tool here. Please let me know in the chat, and we can bring the feedback for Ansari once he comes back. Personally, I like the intuitive of it, that I don't need to code or anything, that I just need to set it up once. I probably need a little bit of the course from the botminds page, but apart from that, it seems quite intuitive. It doesn't appear that Ansari is coming back to the stream. Luckily, we were about to finish. We will give him 1 minute from now. So Ansari, the clock is ticking. Hopefully we will get you back, and here he is. He is right here. Ansari, we had a great time, but we missed you.
Oh yeah, I know there was some challenge. Sorry for that, Anders.
No problem. Ansari, I promised that we would not waste any time, because we have a few questions that we need to get answered. Vadim says, what languages are supported? And we got like the first 2 words of the answer. Maybe you can finish it.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so we support like more than 100 languages today. So we are completely multilingual enabled. We recently even enabled the right to left languages, which is Arabic. And we can support a lot of languages today.
Vadim, I hope that was answer enough. If you have any particular answer in mind, just let us know in the chat, and we will see if that is supported. Then Scott says, is this botminds limited to invoices use cases? I told Scott that it wasn't, but let me hear the correct answer from you, Ansari.
Oh yeah, it's a very general purpose platform. Invoice is one of our flagship use case, but we process contract invoice automation, healthcare documents, any documents in this world, documents, audios, images, irrespective of domain, right? We process. We have a customers across in a different domain. Some of the customers are heavily in the healthcare side, and some are in contracts, banking, insurance. So we go across multiple type of documents.
Great answer, Ansari, and thanks for all the great questions in the chat. Ansari promised to stay a little bit longer to answer all the questions. So if you have anything you want to know about botminds, let us know in the chat. And Ansari, we actually have a few more. So Schumann says, I hope this is affordable for me. What is the pricing of botminds, Ansari, if we can relate to that comment?
No, the pricing is, again, it's enterprise related pricing. So we have a multiple offering going on. I would probably say, we'll connect back and we can give him we can understand what exactly is requirements, and we can give a pricing, in detailed pricing there.
Cool. And I'll continue with the questions. Fadi says, how many processing queues can we build with one account?
With one account, again, we provide them a subscription, and the processing can be unlimited today. So we are not a user based. There could be unlimited users and unlimited processes. All can be set it up. It is just like a one subscription, enterprise level subscription. That's all.
Cool. Thanks, Fadi, for the question. Someone also asked, when was botminds established?
So we started 2015. We are an 8-year-old company. We are Seattle based, and we also have offices in across multiple countries. Plus, we are all supporting globally today. We have working with Europe, US, Middle East, and all there. Yeah, so that's a background about the company.
Sure. And how many employees do you have in botminds?
We are a very strong 15-member team that's fully into the AI world, AI engineers. And we're also growing, by the way. Anyone interested to join botminds, please reach out to me. We are planning to double our employees in another 1 or 2 quarters from now.
Great. Thank you, Ansari. I think it's actually CHRMTM says, I'll take note of that for future comments. It's an important step for small businesses to be able to digitize their paper documents. So another kudos for you, Ansari.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
And to all of you viewers out there, thanks a lot for watching today. Thanks a lot to botminds, and especially to you, Ansari, for coming and showing us these nice things. Hopefully we will see you soon, and we will definitely take a close look at botminds.ai. We can find a lot of information on the botminds.ai website. I know that you have a great academy. You also have a community which we can join.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah,
I will definitely recommend you to go check that out, or simply just contact botminds on the webpage. If you want to get more Ansari, then go find Ansari on LinkedIn. I'm sure you can just hit connect and he will connect with you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks a lot for today, everyone.
Thank you so much, Anders.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.